So we're off to the start for a heat of the women's quadruple sculls, the Princess Grace Challenge Cup. And we've got a treat for you here. We've got a fast Dutch quad from Nereus Njord on the right-hand side of your picture. And on the left, none other than the British women's quadruple scull. We've got a bronze medal at the Europeans. Sorry, not quite a bronze medal at the World Championships last year, I do beg your pardon. And really struggling to find that form so far this year. Adam.
Looks like a strong start there from the Dutch national team crew on the right-hand side. As we look down the course, and actually difficult to tell again from this angle. Are we? Do we have a slight lead maybe here on the Dutch crew on our right-hand side of the screen? You can see the Dutch painted oars against the British crew with their sort of plainer white with red tipped oars on the far side of the screen in the yellow boat. But yeah, still level pegging from here as we head towards the barrier marker.
Yeah, well, Mika Wilms in that blue and red top from the Njord Rowing Club. She took a silver in the under-23 singles. And the Brits have got a slight advantage at this early stage of the race. Let's see what it is when we go live. The British quad have come through to the Forley, which is around about the halfway mark. So let's give a name check for the British quad. The 24-year-old Jess Layden, formerly from Hollingworth Lake Rowing Club, now rowing for Leander Club. She's in the bows of that boat. You see the camera zooming into her. The bow woman is the closest oarswoman to the shot, and then the Cambridge University top from Mel Wilson, the 25-year-old, in front of her. Then Matilda Hodgkins-Byrne, and that top denotes Reading University Boat Club. And then... Oh,
Reading Rowing Club, you mean? The blue and white
Reading Rowing
stripe.
Club. And then Charlotte Hodgkins-Byrne, and... well, she was in the double last year, Charlotte Hodgkins-Byrne. She's rowing with her sister here, the Hodgkins-Byrne sisters, in the stern of that 8. But she was in that double that came forth, fantastic double with Anna Thornton from Nottingham University Rowing Club. Anna, if you're watching this presentation, we hope you're enjoying it and wish you well on your road to recovery.
Sister power there in the sterns of that boat. Great to see, isn't it? Really nice when sort of siblings join up together and, yeah. Maybe they're just in sync, just that little bit more, and sort of setting up a nice little rhythm. But it's what a cool thing to do, to be rowing with one of your family. Yeah,
see, this British quad is a very interesting crew. They've got Charlotte Hodgkins-Byrne to come into it from the crew that finished third in the World Championships last year. They finished fifth in the Europeans, which I thought was a bit disappointing. They did race in Poznan at World Cup 2, and their coach Jane Hall will have brought them here as a kind of warm-up, I guess, for the third World Cup in Rotterdam. But really, given what's going on with British women's rowing, you know, you've got to say this women's quad has got to be a banker for a medal. And certainly in Olympic qualification year, you know, top 3 is going to be necessary if you're going to make sure of qualification for the Olympics. And so this regatta is a very important building stage for them, Adam.
It's a consistency, isn't it? Like we've talked about, sort of they've not been able to field the crew at all races, but they did get that World Championship bronze back in 2017 in this boat class. So this sort of glimmers, isn't there? And hopefully, like this, a good race here, a good progression through Henley. And yes, as you say, it's a critical year, isn't it, with qualification year for this boat class, which we didn't have in Rio, right?
Well, it is. You've got the Chinese women's quad who've been looking fantastically strong this year. That's their top boat. You've got the Dutch women's quad here, really strong. The Chinese good race in Plovdiv. You've got the Polish world champions. You've got the German European champions. And then you start to think, well, where's the medal coming from? So this British quad has got a lot of work to do, and this is an important part of their progress as we look to the bow of Martine van Boongaard. The 21-year-old has her second time competing in Henley. She's in bow of the Nereus Njord club.
Lots of good under-23 talent in this Dutch boat, but just obviously up against a slightly more experienced British crew here that's now rowing a decent margin away from the Dutch crew. So on the right-hand side, as we see the Brits come through the grandstand, rapturous applause as they're coming up to the finish line. Always nice to hear. You know, the job's nearly done when you can hear the clapping of the stewards' enclosure.
Yeah, we're nearly at the finish camera there, and it's a comfortable row. That's a really good start to regatta for this British women's quad. They will go on to race more Dutch opponents, Hollandia or Skull, in the next round, but they win this comfortably from their Dutch opponents from Nereus and Njord. There's Nereus Njord just crossing the finish line.